Lou Holtz was my mentor. He was a family friend, and without Lou Holtz, our career really never would have got started. But he hired me in 1996 at Notre Dame, and then became a family friend, a mentor that I leaned on him for strategy, for advice. But the great story that I've told many times is that he pushed me very hard to be the head coach of Bowling Green at a young age. So they got me an interview. I interviewed with the athletic director. It went well. They offered me the job. I flew in the next day to take a look, and it wasn't in very good shape. I'm talking about Bowling Green. And so I turned the job down. I came back to Notre Dame, told Lou Holtz. I said, Coach, I'm not going to take the job. And he says, you're going to take the job? I said, Coach, I'm not going to take the job. And he said, why not? And I said, Coach, I just believe it's not a great job. He said, of course it's not a great job. If it's a great job, they wouldn't be calling your ass. So I hung up the phone, called Bowling Green back, and took the job.
The world of football continues to mourn the loss of legendary college football coach Lou Holtz, who passed away on Wednesday, March 4th, 2026, at the age of 89. His family confirmed the news in a statement shared on social media. Following the announcement of his passing, thousands of fans, players, and members of the football community flooded social media with heartfelt tributes and condolence messages. Among those who shared memories of the iconic Notre Dame Fighting Irish football coach was Urban Meyer, the Fox Sports college football analyst and former head coach whose own coaching journey was influenced by Holtz. Speaking during an interview on Fox News on Thursday, Meyer reflected on Holtz's life and legacy.
He was tough as nails, and Herb knows that. I mean, comfort was a four-letter word around him, but he had two virtues when I think of Coach Holtz. Number one is loyalty. For the next, I worked from in 1996 and until I went and saw him just 2 weeks ago to say goodbye. To the Meyer family, his loyalty was unwavering, and he was a great friend, and he was tough. And that was something, back in the Bo Schembechler, Woody Hayes, Lou Holtz days, that was my father was the same way. I mean, there's always a way to get better. Do it. And I loved Coach Holtz and loved his family. Love his family.
Urban, what was that last visit like?
It was very emotional for Shelley because I remember my daughter, I used to make my kids learn the fight songs wherever we coached, and here she was, a little girl, say 4 years old, she's singing the Blue and Gold and singing the fight song, and Lou Holtz walks in, he grabs the knee and sings a fight song with her. And she knows, Shelley's a coach's wife, that without Coach Holtz, our career wouldn't have happened.
Just a day before Holtz's passing, Meyer had shared a brief update on the coach's health. While answering a question from Jimmy Rogers, head coach at Iowa State Cyclones football, during an episode of the Triple Option podcast, Meyer revealed that Holtz had been in hospice care at the time.
Yeah, humbly, I say that I had two mentors that were like fathers. Lou Holtz, who's not doing well. He's in hospice care as we speak. I went and saw him recently, and my wife got really emotional because without Coach Holtz, he hired me at Notre Dame in 1996. And then there was a guy named Earl Bruce, that was Woody Hayes' protege, that became he hired me as a young coach at Colorado, first as a graduate assistant at Ohio State. Then I followed him to Colorado State. But they were always on speed dial, and they were the kind of people that weren't much about patting you on the back, but it was always about how to get better. And that's the way I was raised. I didn't really surround myself with the bobbleheads or the people that, that I want to get better. If you're going to come watch practice, then which I used to have a ton of friends come, in the college, in the profession, and the one rule is they had, you can watch practice, but you're going to write a report and how we can get better. We don't have much time for the hugs and all that other stuff. Make us better. And what I always found out, Coach, there's always a better way to do it. You're going to come across someone in your journey and you're like, damn, why didn't I think of that? And it's going to make your team better. So that's be my encouragement to you and that's what I did. And certainly Lou Holtz and Earl Bruce did that hundreds of times in my career.
Born Louis Leo Holtz, he became one of the most accomplished figures in college football history. Over a career that spanned more than 5 decades in coaching and broadcasting, Holtz built a reputation for discipline, motivation, and excellence. He began his coaching career in 1960 as an assistant at the Iowa Hawkeyes football, before eventually earning his first head coaching position at the William and Mary Tribe football. Across 33 seasons as a head coach, Holtz compiled an impressive record of 249 to 132 to 7 and won 12 bowl games. His greatest achievement came in 1988 when he led the Notre Dame Fighting Irish football to a national championship. In recognition of his extraordinary contributions to the sport, Holtz was inducted into the College Football Hall of Fame in 2008. Years later, in 2020, he received the Presidential Medal of Freedom from Donald Trump. Holtz also briefly coached in the NFL with the New York Jets, though his tenure there was short-lived, ending with a 3-10 record. He is survived by his 4 children and 9 great-grandchildren. May his soul rest in peace.